Hello and welcome to this week's edition of the Unorthodox Vegan. My name is Sean Gold and this is episode 28. Today we're going to make a very simple recipe. This is horseradish. Now we're going to make the actual horseradish sauce. That's what we're going to be doing today. It's a very simple process. First of all, I have already cut up the horseradish root. Went out and purchased a nice long one, about a pound of horseradish root. I've already cut it up, cubed it up. This is what the outside of it looks like before you peel it, before you cut it and peel it up. So just in case you're wondering. And it was a nice long root, and it looks like it's going to turn out well. All the ingredients we need is the cut up horseradish. We're going to use some white vinegar and some sugar and some salt. Now, I'm not quite sure how much I'm actually going to need of the various ingredients, but I'm going to put in the horseradish first with a little bit of vinegar just to get it mixed up, grind up and see what it looks like. And we'll put in probably between a third and a half a cup of the vinegar. I like it thick, not too thin and creamy, but I like it thick and creamy. And I also like it really spicy. Some people put water in, put in like a third of a cup, or put in 2/3 of a cup of water and then a third of a cup of white vinegar for every cup or so of horseradish root. I'm going to go with just the vinegar because I like it really spicy and really hot. And it's all you really need. You don't have to add anything else other than a tiny little bit of salt, a couple of tablespoons, 2 to 3 tablespoons. I think I'm looking at 3 for this amount of horseradish. And just go by taste and by feel. Now, a couple of words of warning if you're going to make your own horseradish sauce. Now, this is, I cannot overemphasize the importance of this. Make sure your room is well ventilated. So doors open, windows open, whatever it takes, you want a good airflow because the actual process of putting this in a food processor and grinding it all up is simple enough. But when you take it out, you open this thing up, you're going to get a blast of the whatever the aromatics are within the horseradish root, which give it that biting taste, but also it goes up the nasal passage and you will be crying and runny nose and all kind of stuff. So be mindful of that. All right. So first off, I'm just going to get things set up, change the camera angle a little bit so you can see what I'm doing a little closer. And then I will start doing the processing. Back in a second. All right, let's do this. I've got my horseradish here, dumping it into the food processor. As I said, I already cubed that up. I'll be putting in a little bit of vinegar to start off with. And I've got a half cup measure here. I'm not going to be putting in that much. I'll be putting in, I don't know, maybe a third of a cup, half, a quarter of a cup. I'm not going to be putting in any sugar or salt right now. Just going to do this first little bit. And I just want to get it grind up a little bit. I'll bore you. I won't bore you with the listening to the whole thing as I process it a little bit, but I'll come back to you in a moment. Now I can see I need more vinegar, so let's just keep going. Just go by feel. See how it looks. Want to get it creamy, but not too liquidy. All right. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I didn't make it creamy like with too much liquid. I wanted to make it more of a pasty feeling, texture to it, but still with lots of flavor in it. Now there's a little bit of extra liquid in there, but it looks really good. And I'm just trying to keep this away from my head because, whoa, it's a blast of aroma. So you got to really be watching out for that. So I'm just going to transfer this into a jar and be back in a minute. We'll do a taste test. Okay, well, I made quite a bit of horseradish. That's a pretty good amount. Pretty good jar there. That's a good liter jar, I think, of horseradish. We've got almost 80% full, so that's what I've got. Put a little bit aside here just to do a taste test. I'm going to brought out a couple of things to put it on. Now, I used to have this on fish, on certain types of fish, or you could have it on a steak, whatever you want. But if you're eating vegan, then you could have it on a vegan steak or vegan fish. I just wanted to see what it was like on some vegetables. So I did doing a quick little taste test on this. See how it goes. I'm going to put it on a cucumber, a little bit of, I'm going to try it on some mushroom and of a bell pepper, yellow bell pepper, just to see what it's like. Okay. By the way, I had to take a break. I did get, when I was transferring it, I did get too much and my eyes were watering and it was a sad moment. But anyway, let's try it. All right. Well, that's a nice blast of horseradish. Oh, Now, if you like horseradish, this is great. If you hate horseradish, don't do this. But I like horseradish on various things, so I don't mind trying it out. Let's try it on the mushroom. Whoa. Let that hit the top of the mouth. Why, that's... wow. Okay, that's nice, but it's very powerful. Let's try it on a little bit on the little bell pepper here, yellow bell pepper. Oh, that's nice. Actually, it's a very nice flavor. Whoa, but it'll blast at you. All right, so that's it. Simple, simple, simple. How to make your own horseradish sauce, please. Really easy. As I said, the ingredients are horseradish root. Just peel it, chop it up, throw it in a food processor, add in some vinegar. Now, I probably used about a cup of vinegar, as it turns out, and 2 or 3 tablespoons of sugar, and a teaspoon of salt or so, and that makes it just a nice thing. You can play around with the various components and the amount of each, but have fun with it. That's it. Hope you enjoyed this episode of the Unorthodox Vegan. As always, if you want to get a hold of me, please send me an email at the email address shown up here. That's vrcompanions@gmail.com. And also, please follow me on my YouTube channel. It is www.youtube.com/@the_unorthodox_vegan/. Until next time, my name is Sean Gold. Thank you for watching.